fantastic. In today's video, we're actually doing a wash day. I know I'm starting this mid detangling. I had a braid out. I did the braid out the other day after moisturizing and sealing. I just wanted to do a braid out and mostly just enjoy my hair for one more time.
Most breakage happens before the braids even go in, and how you prepare your hair for a long-term protective style matters. And listen, I know it's tempting to just throw your hair into some braids and go. If you're not prepping your relaxed hair properly before a protective style, you might be doing more harm than good. I am going in with ORS Creamy Aloe Shampoo. However, before we jump into the rest of this routine, I do want you to know that everything I'm using will be linked below. This video is more about the process than it is about the products. Because here's the truth, a cute style does not equal retention. It's the routine before the style that sets the tone. If you're just starting out with your relaxed hair journey, or you're ready to take your routine seriously, I actually made a free relaxed hair guide that breaks down the basics without the fluff. It's linked in the description if you want to check it out after this. Now for my cleansing step, I'm actually doing my shampoo process twice. So here we're not just removing buildup, we are setting a clean base so that the rest of the products can actually go to work. I always ensure when I'm doing my shampoo process that I am focusing on my scalp the most, and then I lather it through the rest of my hair. Now if your scalp is itchy a few days into your hairstyle, it sometimes might be because you didn't actually wash it properly, and that is why I always try to wash my hair at home before I get my protector styles, because it helps me ensure that I've really like worked into my hair and I'm confident that I'm going into this protective style with a really cleansed and clean scalp. Now I want to draw your attention to the method and how exactly I am washing my hair. One thing that I realized is that sometimes our hair will get tangled, not necessarily because of the fact that we didn't detangle before we started, but it gets tangled in the process of washing. So what I usually do for the ends of my hair, I always stroke it in one direction, which is downwards. So I'm always like rubbing my scalp with my fingertips and then massaging the hair downwards, and this is to ensure that I am not tangling my hair. So when it comes to my scalp, I am using my fingertips. As you can see, I'm using my fingertips in like a circular motion, and then I always smoothen the rest of my scalp, and this makes it so much easier when it's now time to detangle, because then I'm not fighting with unnecessary knots and unnecessary tangles. For my deep conditioning step, I actually went in with two conditioners. The first was the ORS replenishing conditioner, and then the other one was the ORS hair mayonnaise. Deep conditioning is not optional when you're going into a long-term protective style. Think of it like moisturizing your skin before putting on makeup. Would you go and put on makeup on dry skin? Definitely not. So with that same logic, you cannot go and put on a protective style on dry hair. So deep conditioning is very important. You need to go in with something that is moisturizing and that is rich to make sure that your hair is prepped, because you're not going to have access to your hair for a while. In this routine, I did not have to go in with both deep conditioners, but I did find that each served a specific purpose. The replenishing conditioner is more watery, whereas the hair mayonnaise has a little bit of that protein just to help my hair to feel a little bit on the stronger side. I like the replenishing conditioner because it makes my hair feel soft. I did put on a plastic cap and sit under a heat cap for about 20 minutes, and now I'm going to go in and detangle my hair. Sometimes in my videos, I realize that it looks like I'm being very rough. I am being very gentle, okay? Especially because my hair is wet. I detangle very gently. This is not the time to try and get every single one of your knots out of your hair. You're just trying to like work your way through the ones that you can easily get through, especially because the deep conditioner has worked through your hair. Please do not be rough with your hair when it is wet. I am then wrapping my hair with a microfiber towel. I was so happy when I found these in Discam because they are truly a game changer. They absorb the water off of your hair without leaving your hair dry. And because they absorb water so well, you don't have to like create a lot of friction. So you don't find yourself tangling your hair up again. I'm not going to go in with a wide tooth comb and I'm going to detangle my hair. Contrary to the face that I'm making, I am not being rough with my hair, I promise. Using the Design Essentials Bamboo and Silk Hydrating Leave-In Conditioner. I love this leave-in conditioner so much because it also doubles up as a heat protectant. It works really well as a heat protectant and I just love it so much. The heat protectant phase is also one of the reasons why I want to prep my hair at home, because I just feel like sometimes the salons don't necessarily use a heat protectant, so I prefer to just make sure that I can use the heat protectant at home. Another thing, if you don't have time to wash your hair yourself at home and you're one of those people who are confident enough to speak up, I highly recommend just taking your own products with you if they let you, and kind of guide them through what exactly you want. It might take a bit of time and they might be a little bit annoyed with you, but I highly recommend. I'm using my Ebony by Common hair dryer. It does come with a comb attachment. I believe I was using it at medium heat, so I wasn't exactly at high heat. I was using it at medium heat just for that first drying session. And now it's time for me to lock in that moisture. This is also the Design Essentials Leave In, and I just find that it really helps give my hair that final hydration. Now, I did not show it here, but I did add the slightest amount of serum, just a very small amount, because if you do add a lot, they're going to insist that you wash your hair. Now, this is what I call a test. I just wanted to see if my growth was smooth enough for them to work with, because I know that that usually motivates them to kind of like force you to go over your hair again with a blow dryer. And this, guys, is me ready for my protective style. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really enjoying my time back. I'll see you in the next one.